Good afternoon. Excited to acknowledge that it's Friday and the weekend. I'm going to start with something really pretty and then get into what I'm really tracking and updating you on. It's 3:25 on this Friday. Happy to report that after months, the live camera at the Mount Hood, Oregon Resort up in Welches, that's off of Highway 26, 1,500 feet on the way to Mount Hood, is back. One of the truly prettier settings we have in our entire region. It really is. You can see the golf course. It's kind of a U-shaped or horseshoe shaped valley right there with the Cascades around it. A beautiful sunny day. You can see some cumulus clouds building over the Cascades, and this is a spot that could have a shower or thunderstorm later today. Now, from that image, I show you this one, my live camera over in Sisters. This is on the rooftop of the Aspen Lakes Golf Course Clubhouse, looking at, of course, the Three Sisters. And look at the ominous darkening skies. Thunderstorms are in the area here, and you can plainly see that by that vantage point. So this is still in effect until I think 3:45 this afternoon. National Weather Service has put out a warning for a strong thunderstorm. This is just outside of Bend, down near the Sun River area, and moving up into the Sisters area where I just showed you the live camera. The warning is basically for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's enough to do some property damage, and quarter-inch size hail. So also a lot of heavy rain and pretty good lightning show with that. Also on radar, you can see a little cell up around Mount Hood starting to pop right here already. So we'll keep an eye on that. Storms have really started to become scattered across a good chunk of not only central but eastern Oregon. So this map, which you can find on my weather site, portlandweather.com, the radar, and then all these X's of different colors show you lightning. They're different colors because they indicate was the lightning a minute ago or 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago. But you can definitely see the thunderstorms are starting to dance around our area. Now, the last couple of days, what we have seen is all storm activity that has developed along the Cascades has been mainly on the east flank and then curving back to the east, meaning nothing has been threatening the west side of our state. That could change this evening. Take a look at this. This is 11:30 tonight, courtesy of KGW-TV, their Futurecast model. And we know there's a thunderstorm right now trying to pop up around Mount Hood. We saw that on radar. This is showing mid to late evening. There could be storms this time around pop on the west slope of the Cascades and maybe migrate into parts of the valley. I've seen a couple of models indicate this. Now, the other model, as well as Futurecast, basically keep all the stormy action on the east side of I-5 with the absolute best chance of seeing a scattered or spotty storm being the closer and closer you get to the Cascades. But this is pretty far, into the valley right here. I mean, getting over the Sandy area, maybe Estacada, getting just outside of Battleground on the Skamania-Clark County line. So if these storms pop, they could again produce torrential heavy rain rates, of course, dangerous lightning. We know we've got that severe storm producing potentially 60-mile-per-hour winds right now over in the Sun River area and Sisters area. So these storms need to be watched if we see them on radar and in our sky later this evening. So again, this situation, you look off to the east and you may start to see some stormy looking skies. We'll keep an eye on all of that. All right, the other story is, have you noticed it hasn't been as hot lately, right? Salem yesterday hit 80, PDX yesterday being Thursday hit 84, and today we're going to run somewhere in that same category. Most of us at least getting to 80, some going 82, 83, 84 degrees. We had some morning clouds over downtown Portland this morning, up through southwest Washington, and at the coast. I think tomorrow morning we'll start to see more areas of the valley fill in with low clouds. And then Sunday, I expect most areas to start off with cloudy skies. That marine layer is a true indication, a visual indication, if you will, that a cooling maritime flow off the Pacific waters is starting to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And with that, the temperatures will start lowering and lowering and lowering. And will eventually, going into Sunday and into the first part of next week, be back to normal, which means most days normal now would be highs in the 70s, or if you have clouds, maybe a shower around, temperatures in the 60s. So it still looks like the main surge of cooler air comes in on Sunday. It's going to be a little slower than a one-time look, but Sunday is going to be a cooler day. And then by the time we get into Monday, we'll be right in the middle of this new batch of cooler air. So I think Sunday probably gets up in the 70s. Monday may hold in the 60s, but this just shows you that cool air mass starting to work itself in. So that will stay with us at least, I think, no warmer than the 70s into Wednesday of next week. And then we jump to Friday. So this is the American GFS model, Global Forecast System. You can see we have what we would call as forecasters kind of a flat ridge. You know, lately we've been seeing these ridges that really arc up around us. And this has some ridging up to the north center of the high, but really it's coming in to us horizontally. So we would call that kind of a flat ridge, typically not overly strong. But if this were true, we'd have some rain down in California. We would be partly to mostly sunny, and we would be at least mid-70s and maybe have a chance to hit 80 degrees. So that would be Thursday going into Friday of next week. Now take a look at this next map. Now we're getting into Memorial Day weekend. This map is also that same model, the American model, and this is Memorial Day Monday, which of course is a week from this coming Monday, right? This shows another low down off the California Bay Area, one up to our north, and we're kind of in this troughing with temperatures no warmer than, I would say, 73, 74, with at least partly cloudy skies. And maybe there's more going on, and we have clouds and some showers, and temperatures only in the 60s. I will tell you that, in fact, let me back up to make this point real quick. So, all right, are you gonna let me back up? Yeah. So on the one hand, you know, we've got weather's going to be cooling into the weekend. Then we're going to be warming up a midweek, and then we're going to eventually be cooling off going into the holiday weekend. That is an up and down, up and down, up and down pattern, and that is what, for a good week and a half now, the models have been showing for the back half of May going into June. Not, in other words, not settling into a prolonged period of cool, but also not settling in to a prolonged period of hot, just kind of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So if that's the case, you know, we get into June, maybe June is just a mixed bag of cool and wet and hot and dry, enough so that we would have a chance to average out somewhat close to normal. We will see. It is looking more and more like May is going to wrap up with not much more than an inch of total rainfall. We only have 91/100ths of an inch of rain out of PDX right now. If we get any rain the first part of next week, it's not going to be much. Maybe we get something on Memorial weekend, but it looks like May is definitely going to go in the books as quite a bit below normal rainfall-wise. Okay, what does this show you? This shows you total rain across our state from right now all the way through Tuesday night. Now, I want to point out, if I get out of the way, you can see the coast 15/100ths, the valley only 5/100ths of an inch. These rain amounts on the west side of our state, the next rain chance is with that cooler weather coming in Sunday night into Tuesday night. So that's just really light amounts, right? 15/100ths, 5/100ths of an inch. Now, I remember I showed you we could have some spotty storms tonight. Those would, in localized areas, maybe dump some heavy downpours. But most of us are looking at just a little bit of wetting Sunday night through Tuesday and not much. Now, again, this is from right now all the way through next Tuesday. So all these bigger numbers and the bright colors and the inch plus here, half of an inch plus in Central Oregon, that's picking up the convective storms not only from today, but there will be more convective storms in Central and Eastern Oregon on Saturday as well. And then by the time we get to Sunday, the main storm threat finally starts to work out of our state. And then we'll Sunday night and Monday start picking up these chances of just light precipitation coming in. All right, with all that said, here's the 7-day forecast. We're on track to be in the low to mid 80s this afternoon. I think Portland's going to end up anywhere from 82 to 84. Tomorrow, more cloudiness in the morning than today. That'll hold us down a little bit. We'll get up to 80. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't hit 80 tomorrow. And then we don't see 80 for a while. Sunday could be a cloudy morning and a partly sunny afternoon. So we'll see how that works out. 73 degrees. It does appear we'll stay dry. And then we have the shower light chances of light precipitation Sunday overnight through Tuesday, 68, 68. Wednesday morning clouds, we break out in the sun, 75, and then some really nice days, 77 Thursday and Friday. And then after that, we have that threat as early as Saturday, starting to cool back down into the holiday weekend with shower chances developing on Sunday into that Memorial Day Monday. That's a ways out, but that's the way it looks right now. Okay. With all of that said, we'll see if we get any storms on this side of the Cascades this evening. Otherwise, we're pretty quiet out there over the weekend, and we have that chance of light rain Sunday night into Monday. Have a good Friday night and have a nice weekend. I'll talk to you soon.